We are somehow coming up on the 13th anniversary of Lauren Spierer's disappearance, and that just does not even seem possible. Back on June 3rd, 2011, Lauren had just wrapped up her sophomore year at Indiana University when she went missing. Lauren is still a missing person to this day. This case has always been near and dear to my heart. A, I'm in Indiana. B, she went missing on June 3rd, which is my son's birthday, so that's always in my mind when his birthday is coming up. And also, my son now goes to IU. Bear with me here because as I tell the story, there are 3 different men that I'm going to mention in this case, and I know that can get confusing. I will put their pictures up with their names to try to help keep that not confusing. That evening, Lauren had started out just at her apartment watching a game with friends, and when she spoke with her boyfriend here, Jesse Wolf, who was also an IU student, she told him that she had a migraine and that she was probably just going to go to bed after the game. Unfortunately, that is not what happened that evening. Lauren and one of her friends decided after the game to head over to an apartment complex where Corey Rossman lived. She had just met Corey the prior week at a race party, so she didn't know him very well. Lauren knew that Corey liked to party, and she did too. No judgment here. They're in college. Around 2 a.m., they left Corey's apartment and headed to Kilroy's, which is still to this day a very popular bar for IU students there on campus. Lauren and Corey only stayed at Kilroy's for about 30 minutes, but she was so intoxicated that she ended up leaving her shoes at this bar as well as her phone. When they left, it was around 3 a.m., and Lauren was so intoxicated that at some point on CCTV footage, Corey had to sort of fireman carry Lauren over her shoulder. They get back to Lauren's apartment. They go up the elevator. As soon as they get off the elevator, they see 4 of Lauren's boyfriend's frat brothers. They saw what sort of condition Lauren was in and did not like at all that Corey was with her in that situation. An argument took place, and one of the frat brothers ended up punching Corey in the face. At this point, instead of Lauren just going right inside of her apartment there, I don't know why she didn't, they decided to go to Corey's apartment, back to Corey's apartment. So Lauren and Corey head that way, and things just took a turn for even the worse there at Corey's apartment. Corey started getting really sick. He was vomiting all over his carpet. I don't know if this was just from being intoxicated or if maybe he had a concussion from getting punched in the face, but Corey's roommate, who was completely sober, was trying to clean everything up and help the situation. Corey's roommate, who's the sober guy, takes Lauren over to his neighbor's apartment because he knows that Lauren has known his neighbor, Jay Rosenbaum, for a very long time. They actually go all the way back to they had met at a camp in Pennsylvania when they were in high school. This is Jay Rosenbaum. At this point, he's pretty much in the same position as the first guy. He's tired. By this point, it's 4 a.m. He just wants to go to bed for the night. Lauren wants to keep going. She wants to keep the party going. So he tells her, like, just sleep on my couch. I'll get you home in the morning, but you really need to just go to sleep. Lauren insisted on leaving. She wanted to keep the party going, so she left his apartment. Jay told police that he watched her walk up the street and turn the corner, and he didn't see her anymore, and that was the last anyone saw of Lauren Spierer. Or at least this is their version of the story. So here are some strange facts that occurred in the days following Lauren's disappearance. All 3 of these men immediately hired attorneys, and from what we have been told, were not exactly cooperative with police. Her boyfriend, Jesse Wolf, did stay and help in the search the first couple of days, and then his parents flew in from New York to Indiana and just sort of took him away from the entire situation and got him out of Bloomington altogether. Corey Rossman is the only person who would not speak with Lauren's family at all or Lauren's family's investigators. He also claims that he had memory loss that night from getting punched in the face. One of these men also told police that before Lauren and Corey went to Kilroy's that night, that Lauren had been snorting drugs. I can't say what it is on here. I'll get flagged. This would explain why Lauren wanted to keep the party going that night. But Lauren was only 5 feet tall and 100 pounds, and she also had a heart condition called long QT, and she was advised by her physician to never drink excessively or do any type of illegal drugs. Another thing I find extremely suspicious, prior to 4:15, there were all sorts of videos and images around campus of Lauren that evening. After 4:15, there are zero. And there were cameras along the path that she would have walked home. And again, this was only a 3-block distance. Does this mean that she never actually left the guy's apartment complex? There are so many theories and unanswered questions on this one, whether she OD'd or was intentionally unalived. Someone knows what happened to her. If you have any idea what happened to Lauren that night, please reach out to the Bloomington Police Department, or you can call the anonymous tip line at 812-339-4477.